Imagine a city that ruled the known world for centuries, its legions unbeatable, its roads spanning continents, its emperors gods among men. Rome, the eternal city. But in 476 AD, it all crumbled. What force could topple this colossus? Pause, not just barbarians at the gate, but a perfect storm of decay from within. Join me on Visual History as we unravel the shocking truths behind Rome's fall. We'll journey from peak glory to utter collapse, busting myths and revealing facts that history books gloss over. Buckle up, this isn't your textbook tale, it's the gripping story of hubris, betrayal, and survival. By the end, you'll see why Rome's lessons echo in our world today. Let's step back to the 4th century when the empire still shone bright, fade into rising action. By the early 4th century, Rome had endured for over 1,000 years since its founding in 753 BC. Under emperors like Constantine, who reunited the empire in 324 AD after civil wars, it reached new heights. He moved the capital to Constantinople in 330 AD, splitting focus east and west. Christianity became official in 380 AD under Theodosius, shifting Rome's pagan soul. But beneath the triumphs, cracks formed. The empire was too vast, over 4 million square kilometers stretching from Britain to Egypt. Communication lagged, defenses stretched thin. Diocletian's reforms in 284 AD divided it into east and west for efficiency, but tensions brewed. Population stagnated from plagues like the Antonine in 165 AD, killing millions. As we move to the 5th century, prosperity masked deepening woes. Smooth transition. First crack, the economy buckled. Constant wars drained the treasury. Emperors like Diocletian tried price controls in 301 AD, but inflation soared, coins debased with more lead than silver, value plummeting 99% by 400 AD. Trade routes faltered, agriculture collapsed from overtaxation and soil exhaustion. Tax farmers squeezed provinces dry, sparking revolts. The West suffered most, rich East subsidized it, but resentment grew. By 395 AD, Theodosius's death split the empire permanently. Arcadius in East, Honorius in West, a weak 10-year-old puppet. Meanwhile, Huns under Attila pushed Goths westward, climate change worsened famines. Rome's breadbasket, North Africa, teetered. Internal rot set in deeper as we witness military decline next, building tension. The army, once invincible, rotted from within. Recruitments dried up, plagues and poverty left fields empty. Emperors relied on foederati, barbarian mercenaries loyal to gold, not Rome. By 400 AD, half the legions were Germanic. Stilicho, half-Vandal general, defended Italy but was executed in 408 AD by jealous courtiers. Discipline vanished, pay slashed. The West's army shrank to 100,000 men versus East's robust forces. Frontiers crumbled, Britain abandoned in 410 AD, Gaul overrun. Honorius infamously said, "Fight with what you have," but they had nothing. As barbarians massed, Rome's gates trembled, intensifying drama. Enter the barbarians, not mindless hordes but desperate refugees. Visigoths, fleeing Huns, begged entry in 376 AD but were abused by Roman officials. They revolted, crushing Valens at Adrianople in 378 AD, 20,000 Romans dead. Alaric, their king, sacked Greece then marched on Rome. In 410 AD, after 2-year siege, the Eternal City fell not burned but looted for 6 days. Shockwaves hit. "The world trembles," wrote St. Jerome. Vandal fleets under Gizeric raided coasts, sacking Rome again in 455 AD, carting treasures to Carthage. Huns ravaged under Attila till 453 AD. Rome paid tribute, but pressure mounted relentlessly, rising to key events. August 24, 410 AD, Alaric's Goths pour into Rome. For 3 days they plunder, houses stripped, temples emptied. Yet Alaric spares churches influenced by Christian wives. Pope Innocent I negotiates mercy. Rome survives, but pride shatters. Honorius hides in Ravenna, dithering. The sack symbolizes decline, first in 800 years. Fast forward to 455 AD, Vandals sail up Tiber, sack lasts 14 days, fiercer rape and fire. Empress Eudoxia's jewels stolen. These weren't conquests, barbarians sought loot, not rule, but each weakened the center, emperors like Valentinian IIIR. 425 to 455 assassinated amid chaos. Reforms flickered. Aetius defeats Attila at Catalonian Plains 451 AD, but shadows lengthened toward desperation. Climbing narrative. Desperate emperors tried fixes. Majorian 457 to 461 Ad recaptured much of Gaul, reformed taxes, built fleets against Vandals. Ricimer, his barbarian general, backed him, then betrayed, executing him. Pattern repeated, puppet emperors installed by strongmen. East sent gold troops, but West's Senate weakened, landowners hoarded. Christianity divided loyally, bishops filled power vacuums. Yet cultural fusion brewed, Romans adopted barbarian ways, intermarried. Provinces like Gaul birthed kingdoms, Visigoths in Toulouse, Franks rising. By 470s, Italy a patchwork. Generals now ruled, emperors figureheads, watch as power shifts dramatically, heightening intrigue. Enter Flavius Orestes, Romanized barbarian, magister militum. In 475 AD, he ousts Julius Nepos, crowning his son Romulus Augustulus, child emperor, mockingly named after founders Romulus and Augustus. Orestes rules Italy, but Heruli chieftain Odoacer demands land for troops. Refused, Odoacer rebels. August 23, 476 AD, Odoacer's forces rout Orestes at Pavia. He burns alive. Odoacer spares the boy, exiling him with pension to Campania Villa. No dramatic siege, just deposition. Odoacer rules as king, sending imperial regalia to Constantinople. No need for Western emperor. East Zeno accepts, naming him patrician. The West ends not with bang but whimper, leading to climax. Betrayals sealed fate. Ricimer killed allies. Valentinian III murdered Aetius mid-dinner in 454 AD, crying, "I killed my right hand." Petronius Maximus lynched by mob. Cycle of violence eroded trust. Senators schemed, provincials defected. Cultural shift. Latin evolved to Romance languages, Roman law fused with Germanic custom. East thrived as Byzantium, reconquering under Justinian 527 to 565 AD. But West fragmented into Ostrogoths, Lombards, Franks. 476 AD marks symbolic end, last consulship in Rome ceases. Yet life continued, baths ran, aqueducts flowed under barbarians. The fall was transformation, not apocalypse, building to peak revelation. Climax, September 476 AD. Odoacer storms Ravenna, Orestes executed, Romulus deposed at age 16, no bloodbath, just quiet end. Historian Gibbon marks this as Rome's fall, though contemporaries barely noticed. Why? Multifactor collapse, overexpansion, lead poisoning theories debunked, but real culprits, division, economics, barbarians assimilating leadership. Not sudden, gradual 200-year slide from crisis of 3rd century. East survives as Byzantine till 1453 AD. Rome's fall wasn't defeat by inferiors, barbarians were Romanized, building medieval Europe. Shattering myth, it wasn't one cause but systemic failure. Now reflections await, dramatic pause. Myths busted, not just barbarians. Gibbon blamed Christianity weakening martial spirit, false. Lead pipes, minimal impact per studies. Climate shifts contributed per tree rings showing droughts. Real lesson. Empires overextend, ignore internals at peril. Rome birthed law, roads, republicanism, inspiring U.S. founders. Medieval kings claimed succession, Renaissance revived classics. Today, parallels. Superpowers facing debt, migration, division, like Rome, adapt or fade. Visual history uncovers these tales to inspire history rhymes. What empire next? Share thoughts below, thoughtful tone. Rome fell, but its spirit endures in aqueducts still standing, in languages we speak, in democratic ideals. Like a phoenix, Europe rose from ashes. Charlemagne crowned Holy Roman Emperor 800 AD, echoing legacy. For us 20 to 35-year-olds, it's reminder, build strong foundations, embrace change, learn from past. What shocked you most? Comment. Hit like if this tale gripped you, subscribe for weekly world history epics. Next. Black Death's world-shaking plague. Share with friends pondering empire's fates. Thanks for watching Visual History, where stories of yesterday ignite tomorrow. See you next time, energetic CTA.